Hi guys. Hi guys. Hi. Can you hear me? Please just wave and say something if you can hear me. Hi Ntogozo. Hi Yonela. Hi Ntogozo. Okay, Ntogozo can hear me, so you guys can hear me. I think we're going to start. Hi guys. Okay, great. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're watching a replay on YouTube, my name is Thanda Xaba. If we are new, I'm a homeschooling mama with 5 kids, and yeah, welcome to today's live stream. On today's video, or basically on this live stream, I will be talking about sending homeschooled kids back to school. So let's say you were homeschooling your kids, and then due to whatever circumstances you decide to send your kids back to school. So what happens then? So I do have a special guest with me. She will join us, and then she will share her experience with us. Okay, I'm going to invite her just now. Please forgive the background. I'm in the car. Okay, I'm going to invite Yonela just now. Hi, Yonela.
Hi, Thanda. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Thank you so much, Yonela. Guys, this is Yonela Lavisa. Yonela is a married mom. She has 3 children, and she's been homeschooling her kids for 3 years. She's a working mom as well. So she's working as an estate agent, doing network marketing and running a family business with her husband in construction and properties. You wear so many hats, Yonela. You're a working mom, and you have a business. Plus, you are married, you have kids, and she's been homeschooling for 3 years. Like I said, her kids are 6, 9, and 12 years old. So welcome, Yonela. I'm so excited for this live stream. I've been looking forward to it for a very long time, so I'm very happy that it's finally happening.
Hi, Thanda. Welcome. Thank you so much for having me. By the way, I see that you are Thanda Xaba, and my clan name is Xaba. So
yeah, is it?
Your sister-in-law. Am I your sister-in-law?
No. Yeah, you're my sister-in-law.
Then that means you owe me a cup of hot coffee with hot milk.
Please don't give me any trouble, please. I don't want trouble from sister-in-laws.
I'm your sister-in-law.
I'm gonna start treating you with so much respect, Yonela.
So you better behave with me, please.
Yonela, thank you so much for joining my live stream. I think we're gonna jump straight to it, and maybe some people are unable to join because we moved the times. So I think I'm gonna just jump straight to it, Yonela. So today's topic, for someone who's joining us or who's watching, we're talking about sending homeschooled kids back to school. So Yonela, like I said, you were homeschooling. You were homeschooling for 3 full years, and then you decided to send your kids back to school. Before, Yonela, you give us all the details, can you just tell us, why did you and your husband decide to homeschool your kids at the first place? I know there can be so many reasons. You can just choose few.
Yeah, there are so many reasons. But with me, thank you for having me. As she already mentioned, who I am. My journey, I didn't know anything about homeschooling. Let me be honest. It started when the school was giving problems to my child. My child was identified as one of these kids that are ADHD. And when you receive that report from school, you get so frustrated because you keep getting this report that your child cannot sit still, your child cannot concentrate. As a result, when it comes to academy, you can see that your child is managing well, but it's this behavior of him not sitting still. And that normally happens to clever kids most of the time. Then they get bored with work, and then they just want to play. So the school didn't allow my child to play in class because he was distracting other kids. And then for that, it was a sad behavior that he probably, I don't know, but my child was always in trouble for that, because he would be in detentions. demerits, all these D things that are not cool for the kid, and they're actually lowering his self-esteem, you know. And I didn't want that. I always teach my children to be bold, to go out there and be themselves. And now the school wants my child to be someone that he's not. Then from that, I started checking the other ways of homeschooling. That's where I came across with the homeschooling part.
Oh, wow, that's a beautiful story. It's a beautiful story. By the way, I follow you on YouTube. So I've been following you for some time now. It's a couple of years actually, because I think I came across your channel in 2020. So yeah, I love how you do everything. I love how you teach your kids, all of them, you know, like you do things per child. It's not like this is for everyone. So I like what you're saying as well, that it wasn't working for you as a family, and then you decided to try homeschooling with your child. And how easy? Oh, okay, fine. Then you decided to take him out of school, right? And then you also homeschooled your other kids.
Yes, because after I took the first one, I saw so many opportunities and so many advantages in terms of homeschooling. For me, at first, I thought it was about taking what school does at home. And then after I've homeschooled my kids, I realized there is so much into this, you know. There is so much things that we are building as a family, the values, you know, building my child self-esteem, the learning, the things that we would learn about without even touching the books. And I was like, no, man, this can work for all of my kids.
Oh, wow.
You know? And of course, you know, my husband was not fine with that, because we had the reason for the first one, but then I wanted all of them because it was an advantage, and they were jealous because we'll go out for field trips with the one that is homeschooled,
and they also want to join.
So they were missing out. Yes, it was not fair for them. They were missing out a lot. And then the COVID started. The first day the president announced the lockdown, I took my kids because I've been wanting them. So that was an scapegoat for me. That was an scapegoat for me. I was the first parent who wrote to school and said, I'm taking my kids. I didn't care how long the lockdown was going to last, but I just wanted my kids because I saw so many opportunities with homeschooling, you know.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. So you were actually happy that the kids were forced to be at home, and then you get to try this.
I was so happy. I was so happy. It was a dream come true. Because I've been begging my husband to take away other kids, and he was like, no, he didn't understand that part because he's not here most of the time. He's always at work, you know, with his businesses. And I saw so many opportunities, you know. And after I took my kids, I realized I learned some of the things with other kids, the learning challenges that the school didn't pick up, you know. And that gave me to tell him how advancing is. I'm telling you now, he is bragging about the behavior. I mean, about the route that I took in homeschooling my kids. He's the one now that is preaching about the goodness of homeschooling. I'm telling you. So yeah, that's how my story started, and yeah. So you can feel my passion about homeschooling. I can't hear you. Can people on the comments tell us who can they hear? Is it me who is breaking, or is it Thanda? So that if it's Thanda, I can continue with the interview. Hope I will cover all the things she asked me to cover. Please help us.
Can you see me?
On that part. Yes, I can see you, but you're kind of breaking. So I'm not sure who is breaking between me and you. I've just asked the friends who can they hear. Can they hear me, or can they hear Thanda?
Dogo is saying we can hear you. We can't hear. Okay, hi guys. Hi, can you hear me now?
Okay, now it's me.
Okay, so Yonela, I can see that you're very passionate about home education, and like I said, even on your videos, I can tell that this is someone who's passionate about this thing. Now, you took your kids out of that system. So firstly, you took your kids out from school to homeschooling. Now you are sending them back to school. Can you shed some light?
Okay, that it was honestly and purely not about homeschooling. I was fine with homeschooling. I loved homeschooling. It was a personal issue within the family. We had a business with my husband that is growing, so he needed my support. I'm a hard worker, as she already alluded that I am carrying so many caps. So I needed to work. I needed to assist my husband in the business because the business is growing. And alone, guys, he is in the core of the business, and I have to assist in the admin and running of other things. So we decided based on that I think now we can take the kids back to school. And again, we've also observed that they are now more matured. They could lead themselves. I was doing a little, honestly, with the kids lately. They've just been doing their work. It's like the kids that are at university. I was so amazed as well. So now I saw that they are fit now and they can do that thing without even being identified as these challenged kids in school. So yeah, that was based on that. Otherwise, if I could pick up that they were still lacking, I swear I was going to choose my kids over job or work or whatever that we have to do. But I saw the growth in them and the maturity, and they just change within the short period of time that I've been teaching them.
And Yonela, how easy or difficult was the decision to send them back to school?
It was so difficult. I don't want to lie. I enjoyed homeschooling. Even now that they are still at school, I have lots of, most homeschooling curriculum. I still bring lots of curriculum whenever I see
them again after school.
They are at school, but go to my cabinet, you will find lots of curriculum. It does not stop. I am still teaching them. I am still homeschooling them. But of course, with less work, because now they're at school, so it does not stop. Just to prove that I enjoyed homeschooling and I am still enjoying. Funny enough, I think we're gonna come to that. Let me not jump, but yeah, that's the situation.
Oh man, that's nice though. That's nice. And how was the process now of finding a school, of searching and finding the right school for your kids?
For me, we are staying outside the city. So we are in a little suburb, a little bit outside the city. So we don't have much options of the schools. We have only 2 schools, and one school was the one where my son was bullied. I didn't mention the bullying was another thing that made me take my son out of the school. Yes. He was beaten so hard, and the boys, they don't even tell you. They don't want to be the weakest ones, but I could pick the behavior, and and that I could not take.
Wow.
And when I go back to that school, I noticed that there are so many cases of bullying, and the school was not doing much in that aspect. So now when I was thinking of taking them back to school, I was only left with one school to choose, because we only have 2 schools in our area. And even for that, I was not pressurized, although that was our decision. But it was a matter of, if they are taking us, we'll go. If they are not, well, okay, we're going to continue. And it was the same thing with my kids. We didn't care. If they took us, we're going to go. If they didn't, we're willing to continue with our homeschooling. So we were not under pressure. It was not an emergency, but it's something that we had to look for as a family. Yeah.
Nice. I think we're getting to the more interesting parts. Okay, guys, for those who just joined us, my name is Thanda. I am joined by Yonela. Yonela has been homeschooling her kids for 3 years, her 3 kids, and then she decided this year to send them back to school. She has given us her reasons, her personal reasons, but the point is, she was homeschooling. Now she's sending her kids back to school. So most people are very interested in finding out the whole process, how it works, and so that we are prepared, because nothing is permanent. I might be homeschooling my kids right now, but things might change tomorrow. What if I'm no more, for example? Like, what if maybe me and my husband are no more, and whoever was left with the kids who maybe wants to send them back to school? So I think it's a very interesting topic, Yonela, to just discuss and have the information to know what to do if you want to send your kids back to school. So Yonela, what were the minimum requirements from the school that they wanted from you in order to accept your children?
Thanda, that was a difficult part, but lucky for me, I'm the person who plans. So I knew in the first term of the year last year that we're going to take our kids to school. So I went earlier to school to check what are the requirements, what will they require to us. One thing they specified was the report. And in my way of homeschooling was I was not getting report. I was doing eclectic approach. If people don't know, eclectic approach is about taking bits and bits of material and combine and do your own curriculum. For example, I will take English from different school if I know that the English in that school is very good. Pieces of material and teaching my kids based on that. And again, I was led to do that by the learning styles of my kids, because one child is ADHD, so I need to decide on the curriculum for him, and one child was a dyslexia, so I also need to not use the same curriculum that I'm using for the older one and use a different curriculum, so you can understand that one child is good in maths and not so good maybe in English, or not so good in maths, so you have to do something that is related to him. So I was doing pieces, and then they asked me for e-report, and I told them that I'm not gonna have e-report because I am doing eclectic approach. Though the homeschooling is known in Department of Education, but I feel there's so much that is lacking. For the fact that for us homeschooling mom, they push us to give them the report, whereas they think homeschooling is about taking curriculum to home. I wish we can have another session where we'll tell them what is homeschooling is all about, but unfortunately they wanted report, and I could feel that because this is the only one school, I'm not gonna win. I tried the other school in town and it was the same story. Then I opted in joining online school so that I can have a report for term 1, term 2, or all the terms. We're already late, we're in June, but because that load of work for that online schooling was very easy, so my kids managed to pick up term 1 and term 2. So we managed to have the report at the end of the term. So if you are thinking and you think you might want your kids to go back to school, I suggest that get them into a structured curriculum that will produce the reports, because school don't understand anything about the teaching except that piece of paper. For them it means a lot. If you don't have that piece of paper, it's like you're not teaching the kids.
Wow, there's so much wisdom in what you just said, Yonela. And unfortunately it seems like homeschooling is not understood by the people that we would think they're supposed to understand it,
Exactly.
And I struggled personally, at the beginning, because I thought the Department of Education will take you step by step. They know this thing and all of that. And it's not the case. So you only find out that the homeschooling parents end up knowing more about homeschooling than maybe the department or the schools and all of that. So what you just shared with us is very insightful, that just know that this is what they're going to want. They're not going to hear stories. But I also like what you're saying, that you know what's nice, Yonela, is that you can register your kids with that online school or with whomever who will give you a report, but still be able to use the other curriculums.
Exactly.
As long as you're going to make sure that you do their assessments, and then you have the reports for those who are going to ask, but you can still add more if you feel maybe their curriculum is lacking somewhere.
Yes. For example, in my case, I was not interested in the curriculum of the online schooling, so we'll just skip straight to the assessments and leave the classwork, because I enjoyed the ones that I was using more than the one that was on the online. So I will just skip the classwork if it's something that we know, because remember, we are in the same grades. Actually, my kids were even in the highest level with the curriculum that I was using, so they will just know other things, and then let's just pass straight to the assessment. That is why we're able to pick up 2 terms within 1 term, and then we managed to get those reports.
Oh, that's
And then
great. That's
again,
great.
because they didn't trust me, they called the kids for interview, and they were so amazed at the interview. My kids were just flooring, and they were talking, chilling. I remember, I remember my son. They were talking like they're talking to friends because they don't know that thing of being structured. You know, most of the kids, they are so scared of teachers. Yes, teacher, and they bow. My kids were not bowing. They were talking like as if they are talking to their grandfather. In the interviews, the teachers and principals were laughing so hard.
Wow.
You know,
So,
and they were
Yonela,
so amazed
after
and
producing the report, they still
uh,
wanted to interview your kids. I'm saying after
yes,
giving
after
the
I
report.
produced the reports, they still wanted to interview the kids, and they also wanted to know other things that I've mentioned. So I had to take all the books. I was using curriculum from, I remember maths, I was using Matthew C, and in English, I was using The Good and the Beautiful. So I had to take all those books. Another thing, you have to keep all the work that you do for your kids and the assessment, because those packages, they come with assessments and their classwork. So they paged through all that. I swear to you, it's a pity they could not say they wanted those curriculum. They would say, yo, these kids are well advanced. And they were so amazed. They picked up they were paging everything that we're doing. Fortunately for me, I kept every record. I'm telling you.
Oh,
That's what they
wow,
did.
Yonela. Oh man, that's yeah, wow. But I'm just still amazed that after giving them the reports, they still wanted to have an
They should
interview
have
with your
just
kids.
asked for the material in
Yes,
the
I
first
feel like that's
place.
us at the beginning, maybe an interview and then the material, and that's it. But now you give them the reports, the interview, plus they want to see the material.
I'm telling
Wow.
you. No, those reports are very important, because I was checking now, because my son, my older one now, is going to go to grade 8, which is a high school.
Mm.
And even on the application, you don't find the choices for homeschooling. The only choice is the report. In another application, they even ask for 2 reports, for 2 years report. And I know very well that in the previous year, I didn't have reports because I was doing eclectic approach. So I don't know what I'm going to produce, but I had to write a motivation to say that in the past 3 years, my school were homeschooled in using eclectic approach. They have to come to me and ask what's that, because I'm not going to be able to produce reports in those previous years. I only have 1 report, which we did last year. So I don't know how we're gonna go, but we just send the application because he has to go for high school and we don't have high school around. You know. So yeah, there are challenges. There are challenges with the department. We are misunderstood as homeschoolers. It's so sad. With the work that we put in our kids, you know.
Yeah. And if anyone, guys, who's working for the Department of Education, just guys, come on. You really need to, I don't know, pay attention to homeschooling and I don't know, understand it better and also give us the support we need as parents, you
Exactly.
know.
I
And
remember,
I feel like
one of my
it's
cousin's sister, the child had to repeat the class because they didn't have a report. Imagine.
and that can be so
That's so
painful.
sad.
Oh, that's so sad. Let me go through the comments. Hi guys, we see you. Hi. If you just joined us, we're talking about sending homeschooled kids back to school. I am joined by Yonela. Yeah, it's a very interesting topic. I see everyone waving. Hi, hi. I can hear you both. Okay. I saw that. I just want to see if I'm not missing your questions. Guys, please leave us your questions on the comments or your comments. Just, yeah. Okay, there's one from Nomande, deputy mom. No, mom and it's mom and deputy mom. She says my little brother had to be tested first before they could take him in. They told me that the same would be required for my sister who is in high school now. So in this case, the report was not enough. Like I'm saying, I feel like I don't think it's fair. Hey, there has to be a
That
structure
report
that is
came with
understood.
straight A's and B's. It was not a fake report. It was from a registered online school that is well known, with the A's and the B's, but they still wanted to verify like the classwork to see their handwriting. Fortunately, that was available.
Ah, that's not nice. Hi guys, we see you all sending love and waving. Hi, I see you. Here's another one from Mom and Deputy Mom again. Said, I thought that we wouldn't have to struggle since we were following the CAPS curriculum, but it seems like they still don't trust that the quality of teaching is good enough. Wow. It's disappointing, hey, because like you were saying, Yonela, that homeschooled kids tend to do more than what kids are normally doing at school. You know, even when you look at just the curriculum themselves, and also bearing in mind that in most cases it's the parent who will be the facilitator. So you will go an extra mile trying to make sure that your child covers all the basics and more. But still, you still unfortunately have to go through this. So. If you're considering sending your kids back to school, I think just take these tips and just see what fits for your family, and just play it right with whomever that you wanna approach. If there's a specific school maybe that you wanna send your kids to, I think it's better to go there, just find out their requirements, and then you would know. You know, with me, Yonela, I also took my kids out of school. My twins were in grade 1 when we started homeschooling officially. But when I took them out, fortunately, the school understands homeschooling, because they just told me that as long as, like you're saying, if I'm going to have a report, they are willing to accept my kids in future, you know. So I think it's just something to just take into consideration as a parent, and you can just register with anyone so that you have that report, but you can still choose to use any curriculum that you want. Yeah.
The thing is, when you start homeschooling and get to know it, you understand at some point that you don't need a curriculum. You can actually teach your kids without a curriculum. Then you get comfortable, not realizing that someday you will want to go back to school. You know, it is in other countries. You know, America, they don't, and their kids get accepted back. I mean, quite good enough back to school. But with us in South Africa, it's difficult. Especially for me, I even tried to register through the Department of Education. I've never got a response. I've sent so many emails so that I can have something when I have to take my kids back to school. But I never got the response. No one ever came to my house to assess, because I heard that they also come and do assessment. But I don't know which provinces. But in the Eastern Cape where I'm at, I've never seen anyone, because I wanted to follow the rules in my case.
You know? Maybe one day we need to have someone from the Department of Education to give us answers.
Yes, to give us answers. I will be there in that show.
If policies need to be changed, let it be so. You know, let there be policies so that everyone feel accommodated and it doesn't feel unfair for parents. We as homeschoolers, we spend a lot of money, you know, buying different things for our kids. So now being treated like that, to me, I find that to be a bit unfair.
Very unfair. Very unfair.
But let's continue, Yonela. Now, when you took your kids back to school, how did your children feel about the decision to go back to school? I know these answers because I've seen your videos, but for someone who doesn't know.
you know, they were not sure, honestly, because we told them, we sat them down and we told them that we are deciding to take them back to school. With my older son, I think it was not a big of a deal, because I think we spoke that when we go to high school, we're gonna try again going back to school, because I don't think I have the capacity to teach them high school stuff. It is heavy. I know I can, because the curriculum does lay it out, but we already knew that when he goes to high school, he's gonna go to public school, because he wanted so many things. He wants to go to Harvard. He wants to pursue sports, of which we had a challenge of getting clubs for the kids, because they understand that all the kids are at school. So it's hard to find like rugby clubs within the community where my child will go out and participate. So with him, we always knew that he's going to go back to school in high school. So it was not much of a challenge. With my daughter, she was very frustrated. She didn't want to go back to school. She was comfortable at waking up at 8, eating English breakfast, With my son, little one, he's so young, the 6-year-old one, he was just excited to wear your school uniform.
Yeah.
That's what drove him to school. I can't wait to wear my school. We bought gray and the shirt in December, and he just couldn't wait to wear that uniform. I think that's what the only thing, because the second day on the school, he didn't want to go back to school. He saw what was there and like, no, I want to leave school. Like, no, you have no choice. You already accepted. You have to go back to school. It was not an easy task. They were cool with me. At the same time, the school is not far. It's just around the corner. They don't even want me to drive them to school. They want to work with other schools. Luckily, there are kids around. We're staying in the estate, so there are kids around that are their friends. So they were not going to meet new people. They were going to know most of the kids around them. It's a small community, so they know each other from church, from the playgrounds, from around the estate. So it was. They were not that much nervous. But again, they were not looking forward to go to school. They were comfortable with being with mom, because we're homeschooling 4 days a week, and then on a Friday we go for field trips. So they are missing that. They are missing out on that now. Because they have to be in school, and they hated the fact that they're gonna get homeworks. That was the most stressful thing, because with the homeschooling I will teach them from 9 to 12. And then after that we're done. But now they are back to school. They have to do homeworks and sleep very late. It's kind of frustrating. We are not yet there, but we are trying, as you've seen in one of my videos. I'm trying to plan that at this time we're gonna do this at this time, because that's all used in playing. Homeschool kids have got so much time to play. And now the time to play is kind of limited. After school, the homework is waiting. They just have like two hours to play, and they have to be back and bath and sleep early. But what can we do? What can we do?
No,
I'm trying to be there for them. I'm trying to be involved. It's like I'm still homeschooling them. But at some point, it gives me much time to leave them and focus on what was the reason in the first place.
Yeah. And I also saw that you mentioned that they would miss the two breakfast, because when you homeschool, you can eat anytime. When you are hungry, you eat.
They are having big lunch boxes. The first day they went to school, they came back so hungry. And they gave us instruction to put more food, more snacks. 2 bottles of juices, one with water, one with juices. So they carry this lunch. It's huge, it's so frustrating.
But hopefully they will adjust, and they'll get used to it.
And 5 snacks.
Sure. I know.
Because they could eat and learn.
Even going to the bathroom to relieve yourself, you just stand up and you go to the bathroom.
Ask permission, and they're not used to that.
It's a lot of adjustments for them. Given the experience that you have, you took your kids out from school to homeschool them. Now you send them back to school. If you were to go back, would you homeschool your children?
Definitely, 100%. Even now that they went back to school, we still have an open door for them to come back. I've said if they are struggling or they are not happy, because my kids' happiness is a priority, we would homeschool again, and then we'll see if can't we adjust with my husband in other things. But we just want to try and see, because I saw that it's possible to take your kids out of school. So why not if I feel like I am not comfortable? But so far they have adjusted very well, and I think with the extra capacity and the knowledge that I have, I am able to assist them. For example, if they have got experiment, because I love experiment, that's what we're doing, that helps them to learn. I'll be the one that sends WhatsApp in those teachers that I saw that we have an experience. Have you given us the guide? I'm pushing those. I'm sure they're already mad at me, or because I'm pushing them. I saw that we have history experiment in this week. Where is it? What is the how we're supposed to teach the kids, what is the requirements. So I'm always ahead because I'm used to teach my kids, you know.
Yeah.
I'm always ahead.
You're used to planning things out, eh?
Yes. So I don't want things done in the last minutes. You know, I always push
Yeah.
them. Yeah. And I already
And
received actually a report for my younger one that he does not concentrate, or like And I already received actually a report for my younger one that he does not concentrate. Or like, I've been there. I'm not even phased about that. I know that he's bored because they are still starting to teach them the alphabets, of which my son can read the whole paragraph. Actually, the 2 pages or 3 pages of a book.
I know, I've seen your
So now they are
videos.
teaching him 0 plus 1. My son can count 8 plus 7 without thinking, 9 plus 9, 20 plus 75 without thinking. And now he's back to 0 plus 1, 0 plus 2, 0 plus 2. So he gets bored. So by the time I received that report, I was not phased. I was like, no, I was I knew that that's going to happen. You know, I knew that's going to happen. So yeah,
I think that's the unfortunate part. Unfortunately, if you send your kids to school, that they
have to
go
wait
with everyone.
for others. Whereas if my child understands something, we move to the next level. You know,
exactly. And there's one of my reels I did last year, where I was saying that which grade is my daughter doing, because you'll find that your child maybe is very good in reading. Maybe it's good in reading, but maybe struggling in math, but good in English, So you find that you're doing a number of grades in 1 year.
Within
and
one
if you
child, exactly.
Unfortunately, they will have to wait until the following year to do that.
Yeah. That's a disadvantage.
I think later, maybe in the year, I would love to have you just to hear how you tackled that, how you stepped in as a parent in helping him, because that must be very frustrating, being taught something that you already know. And
thank God I've done homeschooling, because I've already started purchasing some of the common books so that he can have something extra at home. But I don't know how is he gonna keep up, because he's way advanced in terms of the knowledge in school, because I've bought some of the material so that he can find something to do. He doesn't get bored. But that's the way things are. We have to adjust. We have to wait for the whole class to be where he is up until he can be graduated to the next grade.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thanks, Yonela. Yonela is sharing her experience,
asking something
guys.
about the university. I think let's go back to the comments. I see so many.
The comments. Yeah. Hi, guys. We see you all who are waving. Hi. Let me see the comments. Okay. Tembega is saying, hey, Tembega. Mom and deputy mom. I know this live is probably focused on taking kids back to school, but has any of you done research on taking homeschool kids to varsity? Do they also require reports? I don't know. Can you answer that in that, or we can get someone who has experienced that?
I won't be able to answer that since my kids were still young. But through the community, most when you are homeschooling, we have the communities, we have the association that we gather as moms and experienced homeschool moms. I've seen a couple of moms that have actually have kids that have been accepted to universities. But of course, you have to have a structured. This thing of not having a structured curriculum, you can do it with the kids up to grade 10. Yeah. Then once your child is in grade 10 to grade 12, you have to be in a structured, homeschooling. If they are doing Cambridge curriculum, for example, there are centers all over town. There is one in East London where I'm at, where your child can go and sign and write national reports, and they can get national reports. So once they get to grade 10 to grade 12, you have to be in a structured curriculum. So with us, with small kids, it doesn't matter. I don't know why the school got fusses about me not having a report, but it's the way it is. So your child will be accepted in university because you will be in a structured, from grade 10, no stories. You have to be in a structured curriculum. And be assessed in the center that is close by in your city.
No, I like that. And yeah, I think you're answering very well. And I've heard that universities actually, I don't want to use the word prefer, but they don't have a negative eye towards homeschooled kids, because homeschooled kids tend to know themselves. They tend to know who they are and their strong points and their weaknesses. So they are more independent, and which is a good thing when you're going to varsity. Okay, let me read another comment. Hi guys, we see you all who are waving. Tembega Zulu Zuma saying having a FOMO strong when it comes to experimenting different things. Really considering homeschooling my son with crying faces. Just have so many fears and uncertainties with regards to time, etc. We'll see. She's
You can
raising a
do
number of
it.
points. Yes, she
You can do
can.
it. Believe me.
She can do it.
For example, with my younger one, you know, the kids are moody. Sometimes you're trying to teach them in the morning and they are so moody. I let them be, because with us moms, homeschool mom, we don't force your child if he doesn't want to be educated. And then you find sometime later when they come to your bed for story, you open up a book and you make it as if you are playing. By that time, you are teaching them. We had lesson where we did it at nighttime. That's the flexibility of homeschooling. You can do it in early hours of the morning. You can do it at night. You can schedule your time according to your availability.
You can do it. You can do it. You know, I've met a lot of working moms who are homeschoolers, you know, and initially I also thought I couldn't do it because I'm also working and homeschooling my kids. But like I'm saying, like I've met a lot of mom. Here she is, you know, Yonela is working, running a business, and she was homeschooling her kids. It is possible. And I think once you have that seed in your heart to do it, most likely you're supposed to do it. So you can do it. Who was that? Tembega. Okay, hi guys, we see you all who are waving. Yonela?
Hi.
Yes, okay, I think let's move. So Yonela, what were your concerns when you were getting started with homeschool?
Yeah, as I've told you my story, that I was pissed off with the bullyism and the way my child was associated with the ADHD, which they think it has got something to do with academic, but honestly it didn't have something to do with academic. It was just my son was all over the place playing. So at that time I was not thinking twice. I just wanted to take my son out. And I did a research with my mom. My mom is a principal, so I asked her if she knows about this thing, and she did mention that it is explained, but they don't pay much attention to it. And then when my mom gave me a thumbs up on it, I went ahead and started right there. I told you in my video on YouTube that I think I took my son during in the middle of the month. The time I decided that I'm taking him out, I didn't hesitate. I didn't think twice. The minute I know that there is an option for me to homeschool, I went straight ahead and go with homeschooling. And luckily, I saw one white lady in my area who always had kids walking around. Of course, I didn't approach kids just like any other mom who will just scream at your child, why is not at school at this time? I find my time and ask the mom, I always see you with your kids around. When are they going to school? And she told me that she is homeschooling. So I got interested and researched much. I even went to a house and checked the material that she was using. So I saw from then that it is doable. That is why I went ahead and doing that and do homeschooling. Yeah. And of course, with a lot of research on YouTube.
And how do you handle negative criticism around homeschool matters? Because there's still lots of people with comments, negative ones, even in 2022.
With me, I'm one person who's a go-getter. I do what I want when I want in all areas of my life. So when I've decided that I'm gonna go ahead with this, no one will tell me otherwise. People who knows me will tell. So I will convert those people. They will come to me and say, hey, what about the socialization? And where? What if you are depriving your kids from getting known by other people, networking, and all. They come with all sorts of things. Man, I set them down. I'm telling you, each and every one of those people who are saying negative things, they vow. They want me, actually, I've been bombarded by lots of moms in my area. They want me to open up in, what is this small schools? Cottage school. Many parents in my community, they want me to open up cottage school because they want their kids to be educated in a homely manner. Because of me, I am that influential. When I want thing, I go for it. There's no way you can tell me otherwise. Even my kids have come to understand that, because people will scream at them if we are working in town. Sometimes we decide to go for ice creams. We have just achieved something, and then we decided that day we are not doing school, we're just going out for ice cream. And then people will start screaming in town, why are you not at school? My kids have to explain that we are homeschooling. We came to a point where they just didn't answer anyone who was asking them about homeschooling.
Yeah.
They would just keep quiet. They were so annoyed.
And Nella, you're handling it so well. And if you were to speak to yourself when you were getting started, what would you say to yourself when you're getting started with homeschooling?
I would say, well done, Yonela. You've done the best job ever. I will give myself
so don't worry
and write my name on it. Actually, I think I must do that. Now you're giving me hints.
Wow.
I will say well done, because that's what I received, honestly, from everyone after I've managed to convince them and tell them about the benefits of homeschooling your children, and actually seeing the values in my kids, because I've got well-mannered kids, I've got matured kids, I've got kids who are participating. My child are participating in the community because they learn about the things in their surrounding. My kids, whenever they see something, whether it's a tree, whether it's a sky, they will find something to learn about the sky. They will find something to learn about the bird. In the bird, they will listen to the sound, because in homeschooling we learn as we go. It's so amazing. So my children will find something. They will find learning thing wherever we are traveling. Even for us, if we are traveling, we go out on a family trips. For us, it's a school. We're learning something out of that. Even now, we still do. Actually, my son has just asked me to build a bed trap, but I've asked him, is that a did you get that from school? He said, no, I just want to see how can I trap beds. So they are still into that, even if it's not something that, yes. They are still into that, and I'm so proud of myself, and I love, and I always support them. Let's try something new, even if we're at home, Yeah, man. Nice, Jenny.
Beautiful, man. That's beautiful. And it's gold, really. No money can buy that. And if you were to speak to your kids, when you're getting started, what would you say to them?
That's a tricky question. I didn't get that one quite well. I would say to them, follow your heart, baby. Don't let the world adjust you. I mean, you brought these kids on earth. You have the purpose. They didn't come here to learn, first of all. They have got so many things that they have to plant on this earth. And Tina, we always think it's about acquiring straight A's and B's, and then that's it. Wait until you homeschool your kids, and you will see how they impact in the society and the values you can build from them. So for me, I will tell them, baby, follow your heart. You've seen mommy doing it. You've seen how people applaud for you. So follow your heart. If it does not make you happy, don't. Even now, I am telling, we still do affirmations here at home. I say, do not let other kids tell you otherwise. Don't follow whatever they say. Stick to your own ground. Stick to your beliefs. You know what I've taught you here at home.
Beautiful, man.
So influential. Even now, I've been told by one of the teachers that your son is doing very well. He has settled very well, but just ask him to look after the friends that he's hanging around with him. And that was a red flag already. You know how school is influential, but lucky for me, I have taught so that means there are kids that are not okay. I think they are seeing his behavior, and they see that there are kids that are not okay. to be associated with him. So I've already got that report. I mean, it's not even it's been a month, but I've already received those reports. That meaning they are seeing something in my children's behavior, you know. And I'm so proud of I'm so proud of myself for that. And it's a thing for me to tell them, we know what our values at home, so please do not disappoint me. Stick to what I have taught you.
Wow. Yo, you're speaking volumes, Yonela. Now, Yonela, please speak to someone who's at the crossroad. They're not sure whether to continue homeschooling their kids, or maybe take their kids out from school to homeschool, or send them to kids. Just speak to that person.
I would say to that person, if continue to homeschool your kids, but of course weigh your options. You know, I don't think I'm at that point where I can guide the person. I would say follow your heart. You know, follow your heart. If you would ask me, do I have regrets about sending my kids back to school? Yes, yes, I do have regrets. I don't have regrets about the one that was going to go to high school, because that was our plan already. But I think I should have maybe kept the little ones. But again, with the time, you know, it's a difficult, I don't know, man. It's a difficult situation. But yeah, just just make sure that you are sure. You are 100%. I mean, you have no other options. It has to be this way. And then your decision can come from that. Yeah, your decision can come from
like
that.
You're saying, it's a difficult decision, and it's a personal one, because you have to live with it every single day. So I like what you're saying, that follow your hearts. You know, most likely that it will lead you to the right decision that you're supposed to take for your family.
Yes, because we are not created the same way. Other people are struggling with helping their child with homework. Yes. I've seen moms struggling with the homeworks. So you can imagine teaching the child the entire curriculum. So with those moms, I wouldn't say follow your heart and teach your child. You know you cannot be able to do it, then don't. Do what is suitable. Do what you are able to, because you're going to get frustrated. Homeschooling is not easy. It gets frustrated. Sometimes you lose it, you get overwhelmed. It comes all sorts of things. So just know yourself, know what you are capable of doing, and then do it accordingly. Yeah.
Yonela, it's been amazing. I'm sure it's been almost an hour now. It's been amazing. I learned so much from you. It's been an amazing talk. We're talking about sending homeschool kids back to school. Thank you so much, Yonela, for opening your home, opening your heart, opening your life, and sharing your experience with us. How do people get hold of you, Yonela?
On Instagram, I am here as I am Yonela Lavisa. That's my Instagram. I'm still sending school stuff, but little bit, not as how I used to do while I was homeschooling, because I'm passionate with it. I still show when I'm doing my schoolwork. So my page now probably is going to be about family stuff, when we're going out, or when you're doing homeworks, or whatever that we're doing as a family. And then if you want to know more about homeschooling, I've done a couple of videos on YouTube. My channel is Yonela Lavisa. Yonela Lavisa, and I will do it. Like, I will take you from 6 o'clock by the time you're waking up until when we finish our class, to the field trips that we've done. So you can follow that page. You know, one thing I've learned about homeschooling, I love schooling. I ended up teaching, actually. One of my other jobs, I'm teaching in China online.
Wow.
There's so many things that
wow. You wear so many hats.
I am telling you.
But I also enjoy homeschooling, and when you start doing it, you realize that it's not only about your kids. Yes. You know, everyone, yourself, you learn a lot about yourself, you learn a lot about your family values, what you stand for, and what you wanna pass down to your kids. So you somehow become interested in the whole education system, you know. Yes. Yonela, yeah, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's been so nice talking to you. And like I said, I think I'm going to invite you maybe later on in the year, just so that we find out how things are going. you know. But like she said, guys, please go show her some love. She has spent the past hour talking to us, sharing her experience with us, being very open and sharing everything with us. So we really appreciate that. So please go show her some love on her page, on her Instagram page, and also on her YouTube channel. I will leave the link in the description box. I'm going to save this live, and then it's going to be available on my YouTube channel. So I'll leave your links, Sionela, your Instagram link, and your YouTube channel link. It's been amazing. Thank you so much for joining my live. I learned a lot, and I'll keep a lot in mind, you know, should I consider sending my kids back to school one day.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. You still owe me that coffee though.
Oh, guys, I didn't know that. But it's fine.
And pass my regards to my brother, by the way, and my nieces.
No, I'll bring the coffee and the scones, okay? Thank you, Yonela. Bye.
Okay, sure.
Thank you,
so
guys.
Bye.
Maybe check the comments. Sorry, before we go, hi guys, thank you so much for everyone who joined. It's been so amazing. I even forgot to read the comments. Yeah. Pel is saying, joining late, please save. I will save Pel. Thanks a lot, ladies. It was so informative. Yes, it was. That's his Ntogozo. Thank you so much, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.